Hello YouTube viewers and random Doctor Who fans.
Panic attack. That's what we're doing.
It is truly evil. And to my knowledge, this is the first case where a live stream was used as an alibi in a murder case or anything of that magnitude.
There was a streamer who used his VOD as an alibi to attempt to get away with murder of a pregnant woman.
So he's just an absolute monster, and how could anyone do that to not only a person, but to our Natalie, who you couldn't say a bad word about? How could you?
VoteSaxon07, real name Stephen McCulla, was a YouTuber who covered content mainly based around the show Doctor Who, hence his username, which is a reference to the Doctor Who story based around the character called the Master, who in the story was played by John Sim and was running for UK Prime Minister and had a plan to take over the world, where the campaign was called, quote, Vote Saxon, with the X logo that appears as Stephen's channel icon.
Earthlings. Basically, end of the world.
You're insane!
Stephen would also cover content such as toy reviews on Star Wars, Robot Wars, Doctor Who, and any other TV shows and franchises that had a fan base. Stephen was a big fan of Robot Wars and even got a part on the show in the 9th series as, quote, media relations, to document the robots through his reviews on his YouTube channel. He would then go on to appear on the show as a contestant in the 10th series as a part of Team S-Tech.
Shane and his team make their way to the arena. Only one of these determined teams will skip around and jump straight to the semi-finals.
Firing. Nothing's happening.
He started his YouTube channel in 2010, with his first video being a review of the 11th Doctor's sonic screwdriver toy from Doctor Who. In his earlier videos, Stephen's parents would appear, however, they both passed away, with his mother dying in 2014 and his father merely 1 year later. He would continue to gain popularity as people enjoyed his style as toy reviews, such as the intro.
Hello YouTube viewers and random Robot Wars fans. Hello YouTube viewers and random Doctor Who fans. Hello YouTube viewers and random Back to the Future fans. Hello YouTube viewers and random Toy Story fans.
Hello YouTube viewers and random Doctor Who fans.
He previously worked as an editor on the Belfast Telegraph. He was known for giving negative reviews, especially on the sonic screwdriver toys, as, quote, he hated reviewing them. The channel currently sits at around 38.3 thousand subscribers. The channel has over 650 videos, which predominantly cover Doctor Who memorabilia and content.
Yes, but for real, this is awful. I mean, I really don't know what went wrong here, but that looks no more like David Tennant than the Man in the Moon. I mean, you could have reused an original 10th Doctor head sculpt. God knows you've done it a million times with all those B&M sets, and no one would have batted an eye. Maybe update the hair sculpt, add some dark wash around the cheeks for the permanent facial stubble men of Tennant's age now get, or something, and job done. But really, this is bad. Even the hair sculpt looks kind of awful, with that dangly bit sticking out, the hairline's too recessed, giving him a 5 head, and the paint apps don't reach the edge of the sculpt.
Despite all seemingly going well, and Stephen gaining popularity, he would gain much more popularity and recognition. However, this was for all the wrong reasons. On the night of December 18th, 2022, the VoteSaxon07 YouTube channel was hosting a live stream titled The Violent Night Christmas Live Gaming Stream. In this 6-hour-long, quote, live stream, Stephen stated that he would be unable to talk and respond to the chat because of, quote, internet issues.
Yeah, so what are we doing tonight? Well, because this streaming software is kind of up the left, it means I can't check the live chat. which is a real shame. So, by all means, talk amongst yourselves. I could use my phone to dip in every now and again and check it, but I've decided that I kind of hate live streams where people just sit and read comments and go, "Oh my God, yes, ask me questions." And also, if I go on my phone for too long, I'll end up just scrolling through TikTok, and the amount of time that I've lost scrolling through TikTok.
However, in reality, this live stream was pre-recorded a couple of days earlier, and in reality, Stephen was doing something truly unforgivable at the time of the stream. That night, while the stream was underway, a man who fit Stephen's build and description took a bus from the area where he lived to the residential area of Natalie McNally, Stephen's partner, who was 15 weeks pregnant with their unborn child. He took great care to conceal his face by wearing a dark hoodie and 2 pairs of gloves, one of which being latex as seen by a bus driver. He was carrying a duffel bag and reappeared 40 minutes after first being seen heading in the direction of Natalie's home, wearing completely different clothes this time, and he got a taxi back to the area where Stephen lived. But what was happening in them 40 minutes is something truly unforgivable. Natalie was at her home where she left the door unlocked, which is when she was brutally stabbed to death, killing her and her unborn child. It is believed that the man in the footage is the one who committed this horrible act.
This is Natalie McNally. She was 32 years old and pregnant with her first child when stabbed to death in her home just before Christmas.
You think, God, how are we ever going to face these days without her? And there are all our presents we had for her all wrapped up and they're all upstairs and you look at them and heartbreaking.
3 weeks on, her parents, Noel and Bernie, say it's possible her killer could have fled Northern Ireland and they won't rest until he's apprehended.
Like, this was an innocent girl and our baby life. And I have to think, God, in her last few minutes, was she pleading for her life? Was she pleading for her baby's life? You know, this all comes into your head. What was our last few minutes like, you know?
Right. We feel for the wee girls and women in this community living on their own. Like, they must be terrified, you know, that there's a monster still out on the streets, you know. And I feel for them, like, to tell you the truth, you know.
Police have released these CCTV pictures of the suspect on the night of Natalie's murder and believe they've recovered the weapon used in the attack.
Since Natalie's murder, my detectives have conducted over 200 house-to-house inquiries. We've seized over 3,000 hours of CCTV footage, which we are in the process of examining. We've also submitted over 50 items for forensic examination. I believe that Natalie knew her killer. I believe that there was a pre-existing some form of relationship with her killer and someone that she was content to allow into her home. So I believe this was a targeted attack towards Natalie McNally.
After the discovery of Natalie's body, Stephen was promptly arrested, falling under suspicion of being the one who brutally killed her. However, he was quickly released after using his live stream as an alibi, as the stream was happening during the time of Natalie's murder. However, when the police looked further into Stephen's live stream, they found out that it was in fact pre-recorded and also found some worrying references to the horrendous acts that were taking place.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So I thought you were supposed to, like, run him off the road and kill him, much like your woman. Oh god, in that earlier mission. But turns out no, you're just supposed to follow him. I need to kill this bitch. I need to take her down. 'Cause I won't pass the mission if I don't get this bitch to die. Tra-la-la. Doing a great job f***ing my own car, like, never mind hers. Attack, panic, attack. That's what we're doing. Uh-huh, yeah, that's physics. That's what would happen in the real world. Abso-f***notly. Abso-f***notly.
Along with these references, the poster for the movie No Time to Die even briefly shows in the live stream roughly around the time that Natalie was murdered, showing the truly twisted nature of McCullah's mind. Steven McCulla is charged with the murder of Natalie and is currently on trial, where he has pleaded, as of yet, not guilty, despite the overwhelming evidence placing him at the crime scene. Now this case is one that hits a little close to home personally, as when I was younger, I was actually quite a fan of the VoteSaxon07 channel, being a big Doctor Who fan and being interested in Stephen's style of content. However, the fact that Stephen turned out to be a cold-blooded murderer is truly horrifying, but it goes to show that no matter how much you think you know someone, they can always turn out to be something entirely different and can change at any moment. There are of course many dark and tragic cases throughout this site documenting potential murderers and convicted killers, such as various cases I have covered in the past. And this is just another example that goes to show anyone can be a cold-blooded criminal.